Alright, if you guys have seen my other video I took the other day, you'd realize what this is probably going to be about. This is a rust converter showdown. So we got two different types of rust converter here. We have the plastic coat rust converter. This is the paint on stuff. It looks like milk. I much prefer this stuff. And then we have, this is the rust check. I think this is about $14 a can. That stuff's $22 a bottle. And there is actually almost double in that little bottle than in the spray can. And the spray can also probably has, propellant in it, so that helps that way. But it says it'll do that to that and then paint it. Well, I decided to give it a test. So, yesterday, or last night rather, I took, as you can see, if you didn't see my other video, I already took this plastic coat and coated. That's what all this blackness is. That's why, if you look on the inside there, you can see the original color on either side of where I painted. This is me just cleaning my brush. Now, can you even tell that I put on the rust check rust converter? Well, not really. The only spot, I painted it over this whole thing. Did it convert the rust? Sure doesn't look like it. It didn't do jack shit as far as I can tell. I poured it down, sprayed a bunch down the side, and I was liberal too. You can see the line. I sprayed it down the side, and sorry, this is a bad coat versus what's supposed to be a good coat of the spray. That's a good coat of spray, and that's a bad coat of paintable. This is why I prefer the paintable, because it works. This spray stuff isn't very good at all, in my opinion. I'm not impressed with it. I used it to, I actually bought 2 cans of it to redo my gas tank, and it may have been good for that. But after seeing this, it's pretty sad. I mean, this is just one quick coat. There's no paint on this. This is just that milky stuff. So, needless to say, if you're going to do some rust converting, buy the milk stuff. That aerosol stuff is junk. I want to go back to Napa now, because the guy at Napa tried to sell me aerosol stuff, and he said, oh, it works great, I've used it. And I think it might have been that rust check. Well, I'm going to tell him, I'm actually going to snap a picture of that and show him the difference between rust check and real rust converter, because I went to another auto parts store to pick up the plastic coat, which I don't mind, because I like going to that other store anyways, because Napa tends to be a little overpriced. But I figured Napa, being Napa, would have a good selection. But they had one can of one type of rust converter, and like I said, I think it was the rust check. Whereas the other auto parts store, they had 2 different types and 2 different sizes of each type of paintable, and they also had 2 or 3 different types of spray, aerosol. So, right there, it amazed me, because this other parts place is a hole in the wall about half the size, but they have 3 times the selection. Figure that. But like I said, guys, if you're gonna go, check out the rust converter. Like I said before, if you haven't checked it out, YouTube it. There's lots of videos on it. Hell, this is a video on it now. But you don't have to take my word for it, at all. This is, I'm going off other people's word. There's some other types out there too that I've been looking into. There's Cora-Seal. Apparently they sell it at Home Depot in the States. Rust Sergeant is a really good one apparently, but again, I think that's only available in the States. But the prices for those ones are so much better, like $50, $60 a gallon instead of $20 for a pint. So that's a lot better deal. But there's also